Hello. Hey. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So, well, guess what? We have your name here.
It's very exciting.
How come?
Because we brought you a game and you liked it.
Yeah. I mean, we liked it a lot. Actually, we liked it a lot. But yeah, thanks to, I guess, we have to thank Brandon for introducing, introducing us.
Yeah, I showed him this actually here at Origins 2 years ago. It was a little while back, but he played it and he's like, oh, okay, this is something special, and immediately.
And when did you sign it?
I think we signed it at Essen, I believe. We officially, you wanted it sooner. I think we shook hands at Gen Con, but then we signed it at Essen 2 years ago and had a toast with some nice Latvian liquor.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Jeffrey brought some. Jeffrey got.
Is there some here?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, that was, but yeah, Team 3 is definitely our this year's big game.
Yes.
And we're very excited. There's a few international partners already in.
Lovely pieces. This is actually my first time touching them because you gave me my copy yesterday, but I didn't open up the pieces yet.
Oh, okay.
So
you didn't play? You didn't play yet?
Not yet. So,
okay.
I mean, I looked.
You have to play it.
Should we play it right now?
Well, we can't
talk about it a little bit. Yeah, we need a third monkey. Feels great. Very cool.
And so, what do you think of Origins?
Origins is nice. It's one of my favorite shows of the year. This is the first show I ever went to when I was first getting into the industry, and it's a very nice pace. Everyone's here, all the publishers, all the people, but it's a little bit slower than a lot of the other shows, so you can actually you can talk to each other, you can play games. I brought a lot of prototypes just to do play testing with other designers while I'm here, so I don't have to feel like I'm running around all the time.
When was your first time at Origins?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, so 2016.
Yeah, we have. We have emerging game designers in Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. What would you kind of suggest? Remembering you, I don't know, when you first came or when you first kind of got into the designing games. I mean, is there something you can?
I think an important thing, I guess, to figure out is: do you want to make games or do you want to make a game? And I think some people just want to make a game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, this is my thing, this is my baby, and I care about it, and I want to work very closely on it. If a publisher signs it or if I do a Kickstarter, I want to be involved in every step of the process. And at the end of the day, I'll go back to my day job and I'll have this cool thing on my shelf that I made. And then if you actually want to do it as a career, it's kind of like you can't get attached in the same way. It's I have to be doing this and this and this and this, and you're going to get a lot of no's. I've shown you plenty of things that you've said, oh no, not for us, and you have to be okay with that kind of conversation, because it's all about finding the right fit for the right product. And, this sort of fit perfectly with what your company wanted to be doing, and it was a really great partnership to make that come to life. And so just putting yourself out there is very important too. Like, if you're a designer, going to events, talking to other designers. I run a designer meetup back in New Haven, where I'm from, and one of the things you'll see is sometimes when people come in and they haven't really done this before, they're very protective and they're like, I don't even know if I want to show you this because I'm worried someone might take my idea, or I don't want to hear your feedback because I know this thing is great and I don't want to change anything. And
can you repeat that, please? No, I mean, because being protective, I think, is the biggest kind of challenge for the local designers in our territory. I mean, because they're really afraid of showing. And,
it's tough because there's no 100% guarantee that someone might not see your game and try and copy it or something, but for the most part, people aren't going to do that. Like, it just the amount of time and effort that you've put into making something, no one's going to want to replicate that to take your thing. Like they're going to have their own ideas. Like it's very unlikely that you've invented something that like is so drastically new and different from something that someone else has thought of before that someone could legitimately steal it and make a lot of money off of your idea. And if you keep your ideas inside and you don't share them, they're never going to get better. The way the game design works best is rapid prototyping, so a rapid iteration. So I make a thing, I play it, I change something. I make a thing, I play it, I change something. I figure out what's not working and I tweak it. And if you aren't showing it to lots of different people and getting lots of different feedback, you don't have that part of the process. So it's not that you can't do something great on your own, but you can do it so much faster and so much better if you're sharing it with others.
And the important thing is that you play tested not with your family members or close friends.
Yeah, I mean, you can start there.
Not objective.
You can start there for sure, but playing it with other designers is super important too. Like later on in the process, so like when I've brought a game to you and you're testing it for the market, you do a lot of testing with just people off the street, people who are like, like you tested it with different age groups, you tested it with different types of people, which is great for refining it once it's already gotten to the point where it's a solid game. But when you're early on and you're trying to see what works and what doesn't, playing it with other designers is very good for feedback, or people who know board games well. Beyond just I play a lot of games, but actually I think about design and mechanics and what things can be shifted. It's almost like its own language in some ways of the types of conversations you can have with another designer.
Thanks. This is valuable. What can you? How would you, in 2 sentences, describe brain games?
People off the street who don't even play a lot of games want to play these games. Colorful, bright, eye-catching. You walk through a convention hall and you see people playing them and you want to join in because you can tell they're having a good time, not knowing anything about the games, just watching people's faces.